Hi friends, good morning. For today's tutorial, I already know what I'm wanting to do. I had actually seen a picture. No, do you know what it was? I was actually going through Desi Perkins' Instagram the other day, and I was actually going through her highlights, and I'd noticed that she had a makeup highlights, and I was like, ooh, because I'm absolutely obsessed with her makeup. It is so nice. So I came across this makeup look she had done years ago, literally years ago, so I'm actually wanting to recreate it. I was wanting to leave it until closer to Christmas because it is a very like festive Christmassy type of makeup look, but I don't know, I was obsessed. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So it's basically like a really full glam bronzy shimmery cut crease lid with a pop of shimmer slash colour in the inner corner. I kind of feel like recently all of my tutorials are inspired by somebody. You get like that, like I literally sit here day in, day out putting makeup on, and sometimes you dry up. I just need a wee bit of lubrication now and again from Instagram with inspiration and stuff, so yeah. For my palette today, I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill original palette. Well, it's not the original palette, it's her very first palette, and I haven't really dug in much to mine's. That's a wee bit embarrassing. Do let me know down below, do you still use this palette? Like, this is about to be somebody's holy grail. So I'm just taking this shade here as my transition. This one. I was going to say happy Monday to you, but God knows what day it's going to be by the time this tutorial goes up, so happy whatever day you're on. But it is a Monday today, and usually I don't film on Mondays because I spend the day unpacking my bags from staying at Kyle's house throughout the weekend. I swear, see, whenever we get our own house, that's one thing I'm going to look forward to not doing. Coming home on a Sunday night or a Monday morning and having to unpack my bags. Like 9 years of this bullshit, really? But me and Kyle have a house viewing tomorrow, so I am having to film today instead of tomorrow, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I feel like it's honestly the first house where, and I know I shouldn't be saying this and I shouldn't be feeling it and I shouldn't be thinking it, because it's what everybody has been like bending our ears over, is don't be falling for the first house. Like, I know things fall through and things don't happen the way you want them to, and I completely understand that, and I feel like what's for you won't go past you. So like, I'm just gonna say it, my heart is set on this house. We've already been and seen quite a few houses at this point, and we haven't really been telling people, and they've been, I haven't had that feeling, you know, we've been there and we were just like, yeah. But I just have such a special feeling about this house. I just kind of feel like it's too good to be true, and I want it to be meant to be. Because yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say it, like my heart is set on it, and I just feel so crappy for feeling this way. I just don't want to get my heart broken. But at the same time, if it's for us, it won't go by us, and if we don't get it, that just means that our house is still out there somewhere and we just haven't found it yet. So I'm going to go into one of these darker brown shades, so this one here. I do apologise if me talking about a house is really boring, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like I need to talk to somebody, because we've decided not to tell anybody, but I've just decided to tell the internet. So yeah, we've decided to not tell anybody about this house really, apart from only a handful of people, and I just kind of feel like I need to tell people. Like I need to tell somebody. So what, not better people to tell than you guys, right? Because obviously like you're going to be following me completely on this journey, and yeah, like I'm so excited, but at the same time, it's, as I was saying, I feel like it's too good to be true, and it's honestly everything we have wanted. Like, we obviously have our pros and cons with houses and what we want, what we don't want, and like in my head I'm already decorating this house. It's so bad, it's so bad, and Kyle is like, Emma, you need to stop, you need to stop, and I'm like, I can't help it, I already know what colour I want the kitchen to be. You can't stop me. I'm gonna go with this shade here. And because the shade is quite dark, I'm going to start off by packing this on the outer corner, like also within the crease and everything, and then go in and blend everything. I hate to do this, but I'm going to take this eye completely off. I do not like this palette anymore. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just looking a wee bit patchy to me. So I think this palette is kind of out of date. I think the last time I used it I was having problems as well, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not happy with what we have so far, so I'm going to go into the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, but I'm just going to take this off. Okay my lovelies, so I just went off camera there and just done on this eye what I'd already done with the Jaclyn Hill palette, but with the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. This is still like my everyday eyeshadow palette, by the way. I absolutely love it. It's so good. So this is basically where I was at with the Jaclyn Hill palette now. So I'm going to take again just this wee Sigma Detailed Diffuse Crease Brush. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it is. And I'm going to take the black, actually, this shade here. And I'm also kind of bringing it around the crease. I'm not going directly into the inner corner, but I'm just going to bring it halfway, just this area here. And then just giving that a wee blend, literally just at that outer corner. So I've just loaded up some P. Louise base on my brush. So usually whenever I'm doing like a full cut crease, I know everybody has their own ways of doing full cut creases, half cut creases, spotlight eyes, etc. But we all like to do these in ways that we feel comfortable and they're easier for us to do. So what I like to do is I kind of like to map out where I'm going to be cutting the crease first of all, kind of just in my head, and I'll just follow the brush around, and then I will go back over and do it again. But whenever I'm doing it the second time, I will put in wee marks. So another one there, then another one there. So usually I always like to do about 3, so it just kind of means that I have split my eye up into 3 sections. All I need to do now is join the inner corner to that wee line that I've just made, and then from the wee line that I've just made to the middle line, just so that you're doing it in sections and not just like one big sweep. I usually can do it in one big sweep, but I don't know, sometimes I just like to not be as ruthless. See how easy that was? I'm going to now put a wee pigment over this, so I'm going to be taking these 2 pigments from Peaches and Cream. I have Famous and Gatsby here. I might mix the 2 of these because this is a wee bit too dark and then this is a wee bit too light, so I'm going to like mix them up in one of the lids. Take the Inglot gel liner, the 77 gel liner. See, before that liner has time to set. Oh, you bitch, it has set. Okay, no problem. So I'm gonna take like a wee brush like that and just boop boop, take in a wee bit of gel liner. I'm just going to blend a wee bit of this gel liner at the outer corner. And I'm just gonna blend and blend and blend. Maybe now take a bit of black shadow and put that over that gel liner actually, just to set that. not gonna get a clean blender brush. This is always the really satisfying bit. Oh yeah. So satisfying. I'm going to be using this wee primer from Tarte. I used this for the first time the other day. It's the Quench Hydrating Primer. It has the texture of like a jelly moisturiser, but I like it. It's really, really nice. But it just kind of feels like a moisturiser. But it's kind of what I look for in a primer as well. I've been doing a lot of mixing with my foundations recently. I'm going to take the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. This is in the shade Fair... No, sorry, Light 55N. It's going to be far too light on me. Whereas the MAC Studio Fix Fluid is a wee bit too dark for me. So I'm actually going to mix these two. So I'm not too sure about that colour, but I think by the time we have concealer and cream bronzer and everything on, it should be okay. So I'm just blending this out with a ColourPop F31 brush, or F31. And then for my concealer, I'm going to be taking the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Do you ever blend so much that your arm starts to ache? Jesus. Taking this one from XX Revolution, the Inspire shade. So I'm just going to be taking this on my sponge. Can you even see that? Taking this one from Primark. Yay! Do you know what? I can definitely feel that this one from Primark is a bit more creamier. Whereas that one there is a bit more waxy or stiff or something. Yeah, and you can actually even see it even more. So I don't necessarily need to bronze up that much anyway. I just want a wee bit of warmth to my skin. I'm kind of thinking of like switching up my makeup routine. I don't really know what I mean by that, or like what direction I'm kind of wanting to go. I just kind of think that I'm maybe getting to the age where, you know, and like not that age has anything to do with it, because I know so many people pick me up the wrong way all the time when I don't mean it the way people are taking me. Makeup has no gender or no age to it, you know what I mean? But I kind of find that I would maybe like to start wearing like less heavy makeup on a day-to-day basis and just make it a wee bit more, my makeup a wee bit more youthful or something. Am I talking shit? I think so, but I just don't know what to do. I also feel like within my makeup routine that I have so many habits. Not necessarily good habits. Like that works for me. Like I feel like what I do with my makeup routine at the minute, it's what works for me and I love the outcome. So I suppose you could maybe look at it as in like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But I'm definitely wanting to do more natural wearable looks for Christmas this year. Usually on Christmas I go all out with the glitz and the glam. I do a bit of everything. I cater for everybody, but my main makeup tutorials and looks on Christmas are full glam, like full glitz, full glam, glitter, sparkles, cut crease, diamantes on the eyes, you name it. You know, it's makeup, it's fun to play, but most of the time it's not realistic. But I definitely am wanting to do more wearable, like wearable, natural glam makeup looks for Christmas this year, because I know like I do go so heavy handed and so ham with absolutely everything every single year, and I maybe just sometimes forget about people that don't wear full glam like constantly or even at all. Let me know what you think. Like, is that something you would want me to do, like more natural wearable makeup looks for Christmas this year? Because it is something I've been thinking about. I'm gonna use the Englow makeup fixer. I was just using a wee bit of the ColourPop Flexitarian highlight there on my nose, and I'm now going to be taking the Revolution and Soph highlighting palette. I've been loving this wee palette recently, absolutely loving it, both of the shades, mainly this one here. They're quite similar, but I think the only difference is the consistency or the formula of the two of them. This one here is a wee bit creamier, but it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love applying my highlight with a fan brush. I just kind of feel like it disperses the product nicer on the skin, and then if I want to have an even brighter highlight focused somewhere, I'll take an even smaller brush and just do that. But I just find that with a fan brush, it's just so quick and easy. So it's. And then, 'tis the season. It's nearly the season. To be extra and glam, and you see, there I go. I'm like, I'm so extra when it comes to this time of year and makeup. This is really something I need to get out of the habit of. Unless she's like it or whatever, I don't know. But I'm gonna go with some more Flexitarian from ColourPop. Because I just want a wee bit more something. Just on, literally, just like the highest point here to find a blush brush. This will do. So yeah, this wee one's from Vive, and it is their Pesca blush. Yeah, so that's the shade name, and it's their Sunset blush. So it's the shade Pesca, as I say. Oh, kind of thought that was bronzer there for a minute. I feel like a blush like this is just like a go-to shade for like this type of makeup look and this type of glam. Obviously it depends on your preference. I'm not saying like this is the colour you should be using. Use green blusher for all I care. You know, you do you, I love that. But for me, obviously I can only speak for myself. For bronzer, I'm taking this wee I'm taking this wee Geo from Jouer. I'm taking this wee Geo from Jouer. So this is the medium to deep Geo. So I'm going to take the lighter shade here, this side here. It's actually a really nice bronzer. I must actually try the bronzer, the Vive bronzer that looks like this. I have heard really good reports about it actually, so is it actually worth it? You can also let me know down below in the comment section about the Jamie Genevieve Vive bronzer, because it just kind of came into my head just looking at this packaging. It's very similar, but what I have heard have been pretty good, so must try it at some stage. But do let me know if actually it's worth it, or if you have tried it, what you think. Okay, so let's see why my lashes are getting tacky. I'm going to do my lips, but I've also just ran some brow gel through my eyebrows there, and I used the e.l.f. what is this, the Wow Brow in the shade Taupe. This is honestly the best wee brow gel. I am loving it. I think I mentioned this in my previous video as well. It is so good. For my lip liner, do I need to even tell you what brand of lip liner I'm using? But the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF. You know, I can't get over how glam I look for a Monday morning. And then for my lips, I have been slowly but surely coming around to actually enjoying this goddamn lip product. I hated these. I honestly, like, these were spawns of Satan, these wee lip products here, and it's the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I don't know whether they've changed their formula, but whenever these first came out, I was all over that like a bad smell, because obviously liquid lipstick. I love liquid lipsticks, but I just was not vibing with them at all. They were just a sticky mess. So I'm just kind of wondering, have they maybe changed their formula a wee bit? This shade is 55 Driver, and it is stunning. Okay my loves, so that is lashes on, and I swear we're nearly at the end of this tutorial. But I was actually just on Instagram there as I was applying my lashes, and I came across this thing that this girl had shared onto her story, and it was about your star sign. So obviously I went through to try and find my star sign, which I'm a Leo. And it couldn't be so wrong. So basically, if you're a Leo, you always demand respect. I'm sorry, do I look like a white male with mummy issues? Will never admit it, but you always judge a book by its cover. Not necessarily, unless it is an actual book. Spends too long getting ready and is always late. You would think that's probably true, but it's not. I'm always the one that is sitting waiting on everybody else. It's poor because they spend all their money on luxury brands. That's also false. The Makeup Geek Limelight eyeshadow. Ooh, yeah. I really like that actually. Yeah. Well, it's not as if I can turn back now, is it? So I'm just going to do this in the inner corner as well. Whoa, that's really close. What do you think? That looks yellow. That looks yellow on camera, or is that just me? But in person, it definitely looks green. And then, just for shits and gigs, I'm going to take Voltage, which is also another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. I'm going to take the tiniest bit of that and just place that in the inner corner. Oh, do you know what? I really feel like I should have left this makeup look until Christmas. This is so Christmassy. I feel like this is so Christmassy. I love it. But anyway guys, this does complete this makeup tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and of course other products that I did use will be listed linked down below in the description box along with my Instagram, so don't forget to go and follow me on there. Other than that guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please be kind to yourselves and each other, and I shall see you in my next video.